Partyline and Partyline today brought to you by Wimmer Opticians and Chiropractic Connection. We are talking here on your Friday with Stearns County Soil and Water. As how many times we got left now here, Dennis?
Let's see, probably 5 more times, I'm guessing, May of 2025.
So you're still going to do the May, or are you going to work through May?
Yeah.
So 6 then?
Correct.
Yeah.
Including today.
Today and then 5 more.
Correct.
There we go.
Hey, that Paynesville math.
Still got it.
You still got it.
Sharp as a tack after all these years. That's good. Who'd you bring with you today?
Hey,
Tell the audience who we're talking to.
Hello, everybody. I'm Dennis Fuchs, Stearns County Conservation District Administrator, and we've got with us a guest that's been here several times already, Logan Burg with the NRCS team. Logan, how's it going?
Oh, it's going all right, I guess. Just found out that I was gone in Germany for 2 weeks, and then just before I left, I found out Chris is leaving, my boss, the team lead. He's out, and then so I got roped into doing KASM.
Well, we should let the listeners know who the acting team lead is right now.
Yep, so acting team lead is our DC, Josh Bork, out of Foley. So he is now acting in Chris's position, but he's still running the Foley office as well at the same time. So props to him for stepping in and stepping up. But yeah, we're actually going to have an open position now. They announced the job back on Wednesday for Chris's job. So if anyone's looking for a job in the conservation field, team lead position, big high ranking position with the NRCS team, yeah, it's open for 2 weeks. So get your applications in.
And if any of the listeners are going, Josh Bork, that sounds like a local name. I wonder if he has anything to do with that Bork lumber out of Paynesville. Yes.
He does.
Yeah,
well, there you go.
Yep.
His grandpa actually owned Bork Lumber and still going today. So, yeah, he's a local kid that was working out of the Foley office and acting as team lead while Chris's position is being advertised. And who knows who we're gonna end up there, but there's a lot of openings in the state of Minnesota. There's going to be a change in administration, so a lot of the federal partners are trying to get these positions filled because there could be a freeze on any new positions once the new administration kicks in. So they're trying to get that figured out. Plus, we potentially could have a federal government shutdown, which doesn't impact the Soil Water Conservation District, but it would impact our NRCS and Farm Service Agency partners. So if that happens, if you were planning on coming in and taking care of some business next week,
get moving.
Yeah, you better get it done today because it could potentially be closed. And the word on the street is if it is closed, they could be shut down until the next administration kicks in January 20th, which is a significant length of time.
Mm-hmm.
When you thought that 2 weeks in Germany was nice, now you might get a month off?
Yeah, apparently. I came in on Monday, and I'm like, oh, great. We got some work we got to do in 5 days. And most people are off because, it is Christmas time, and it's the holidays.
Yeah.
And, the farmers are not really thinking about spring right now.
Sure.
They're just more working on equipment. But, yeah, if any farmers out there that got any equip applications and they're getting us final amounts, better get it to us quick.
Yeah.
So, and then you
Is it pretty slow early next week? Is Monday open, Tuesday maybe half day, or
Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday and Friday are open.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but Wednesday is closed for Christmas.
Sure,
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, as Dennis was alluding to, Logan, you would recommend local growers to maybe get a move on before a potential 3-week shutdown.
Yep, yeah, very potential. If people were to ask me what my gut feeling is, I have no idea anymore. I used to think I had an idea, but my guess would be 50-50. But yeah, if you have
nice, that's kind of that's my overall scope of politics in 2024, soon to be 2025. I don't know.
no idea. No, and then I can't really give you my opinion just with my position. But if you are working with the TSP and you need to get us amounts for any
TSP being
technical service providers for anybody doing any engineering work with NRCS, please give us a call or at the office at 320-251-7800.
Slow down, not so fast.
251-7800.
Or you can call me as well, 763-290-3458. That way we can get your numbers on the books. Then if we do shut down and we do open up, we can get your application ranked as soon as possible.
What have you been working with local growers the last couple weeks? I know you said it's always kind of slow this time of year. It's tough to think spring when we got a 4 on the thermometer box right now. But local growers have been reaching out?
Yeah, they've been reaching out, which is a nice thing to have happen. We don't really want to wait to the very last minute to get stuff from the growers, even though, we're asking hard questions, especially for the future of their operation. It's not an easy thing to think about when you're affecting decisions that are going to affect your kids and your grandkids down the road.
Sure.
So these projects, they are big, but that is something that we help guide them along the way. And the ones that are responsive, the ones that talk to us, are the ones that normally we get stuff done for them.
Logan's still wet behind the ears. You've talked to a grower or two in your day, Dennis, and just the way he alluded to kind of that the reservations. Gosh, I don't know. I mean, I got the family to think about here, and I'm a couple years away from selling it to the kiddos. Where is it tough? Some tough walls to beat down from time to time.
Oh God, you know it, Kirby, and everything's up in the air. You got the markets, you got the weather, you got health. Something happens to the family, and it changes the whole direction of the operation. So, making these decisions are tough, and it's something that we really understand, and we want the producer, the farmer, to give it some time, some thought, and make the right direction, or head in the right direction, and we're there to help. And we know these are big decisions, and only problem is we've got contract deadlines and stuff like that. So sometimes we have to defer an application until those decisions are made, and we move forward with some folks that have made that decision and now want to go full throttle forward.
A lot of things that happen is a producer will call me and they see this huge project out in front of them and they get all anxious and like, well, but this. I'm like, hold on, slow down. Just what's the first step? What's the first question we got to answer first? Okay, we got that. All right, now let's move on. Yeah. But then if there's something we got to slow down, that's something we do because we work for the farmer. We don't work for ourselves.
Our teams right now have been very busy working on environmental quality incentive program applications. I don't know how many we got, over 100 applications.
Oh, wow.
I believe it was 116 is what we got this year.
Okay, and that's a lot of contracting work. The Department of Government Efficiency, if they wanted to take on a good project, streamlining the contracting process for USDA programs would be a real good thing.
Mm-hmm. Boy, it didn't take long to get Chris off that NRCS staff page. I like that. Nice to know you. See you later, alligator.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, pretty good. I just pulled it up. It's like, oh, look at that. Chris isn't even, he's a thing of the past on there.
Yeah, for the listeners that didn't catch the show when Chris was here last time, he's now been detailed, or not detailed, but has taken a position in North Dakota near Devil's Lake. He's kind of like an assistant state conservationist, so it's an elevated position out in North Dakota, and he's looking at probably working out there for a few years and then moving on from there to a different position. But it was a good opportunity for him, and we enjoyed working with him in the office. It was always fun picking on him in Iowa.
Yeah.
Kirby and I, we
sure
whenever
do.
We could,
yeah,
we did pick on him.
I would have liked to have brought up the fact that they lost the Big 12 championship to Arizona State.
I mean,
State,
you could call him if you want.
I could, yeah. Well, I don't have his number on the NRCS staff site anymore. I'd have to Google it elsewhere. And now, Fuji, you got a fishing spot out at Devil's Lake.
Yeah, exactly. We're definitely going to have to take him up on that.
I could see that happening. We have more to come with Logan Burg as well as Dennis Fuchs here on Sara's Partyline. As Partyline here today brought to you by Wimmer Opticians and Chiropractic Connection. Opticians and Chiropractic Connection. Talking today with Stearns County Soil Water Conservation District as in studio here with us from left to right. We go with Logan Burg as well as Dennis Fuchs. Fuji, what you had mentioned the holiday hours next week, pretty much full operation, except Wednesday, Christmas. You guys get a break. Someone's got some smoking of a brisket to do, but the following week, off on New Year's Day, I would assume.
Yes, that is correct. That's the following week. January 1st, the office will be closed, but the rest of the week will be open for business. Hopefully there isn't a federal shutdown because then we'll lose our federal partners, NRCS and FSA, but the soil and water staff will be there, take care of business.
Sure. What have you been talking with local growers lately? Or are you guys just kind of buttoning up year end, or what's going on at the office right now?
Yeah, we've been very active with the whole EQIP sign-up process, wrapping up a lot of I think Kelly was just out in the field this week doing a certification to make sure something was done as planned. A cover crop planting, so there's a lot of that wrap-up work. There's still Ross Riefenberger, our engineer that helps SWCDs in a 12 county area from all the way from Benton to Big Stone, was out in the field near Glenwood helping wrap a wetland restoration project. And there's just, this season was just crazy with it being so wet early in the year, and then it dried out, and people just started kicking down projects. And in November, they wanted to start projects, which typically is never heard of. And so it was a crazy year, and we got a lot of stuff done. But we're looking forward to the next year.
Yeah, it helped with the corn being off so early, so that's why producers were really rearing to go to get their stuff done this year.
Having a chance to get a little field time basically afterwards and think about future moves and stuff like that. That's what we've been dealing with, Logan?
Yep, yeah, so especially with big waste storage facilities, keeping all that nutrients on the farm site, not letting it get into the surface water or groundwater. That's one of the big things that was happening, along with, erosion control projects, keeping the soil where it needs to be, holding their ground, because, they're not making any more ground anymore right now, unless somebody knows something that I don't know about.
Fuji, did you guys ever end up on those manure slabs? That little push you guys put through, it was about 6 months ago, maybe a year ago. You had a federal with some grant money basically for those slabs?
Yeah, well, a lot of those manure stacking slabs are funded through the Environmental Quality Incentive Program, and they receive some additional dollars through the Inflation Reduction Act IRA funds. So we do have a lot of farmers coming in our office asking for help in managing their poultry manure, finding a place to stack that, and then hauling it out when the crops need it. So we do still have a lot of projects lined up with that. And we did encourage, if we're going to continue to get these funds out there for farmers to use, we got to make sure that we properly use these areas, not turn them into machine sheds and then put the manure somewhere else where it doesn't could cause a resource concern. So just keep that in mind. Every day, every year, to make sure that those
are allocated for manure slabs and manure slabs only.
Yeah, exactly. And occasionally, if you bring in equipment that because you got the space there, but you move the equipment out as you start putting manure in, that's fine. Or if you put some hay in there, a lot of times we'll see some round bales or whatever stacked in there, and then as manure starts filling up the barn, those round bales start moving out. So that's fine. It's just we don't want to displace the manure out of that facility. That's a no-no, and that could result in future farmers not having access to these dollars. That
you could ruin it for everybody, basically.
Exactly, and we don't want that. We also been busy working on trying to get some positions filled in our office.
Anybody want to work there anymore? Geez, what's going on?
I don't know. I hope it's not that damn administrator.
Are they starting to meet someone a little too much, too often?
Well, he's leaving, so it doesn't really matter at this point.
Maybe that's why they don't want to work there.
Well, I don't know about that.
The thing about our office is we have so much information. We do so many different types of projects. Is people get so much more exposed to our programs than other counties. So the turnover in our office, which is good, but it's also bad at the same time because people get so much experience so fast. And then they move on to higher up positions, just like Chris did. He's going up to be, he's inline staff along with the president and everyone else. So that's just the way of our office works.
Well, and Chris had said before, Dennis, on that the opportunity, if you get in kind of at that entry level, the world is your oyster. Essentially, you have so much room for growth, and you could go. He had said it. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to work? Yeah. We could probably create a career path to get you there.
Exactly, and for NRCS in our office is very true. And for the Stillwater Conservation District, typically they stick around longer, and we do have opportunities to grow within the Stearns Conservation District. And the problem is we've been losing some staff. Tessa Grieve, Mark Grieve, they moved down to Colorado to be with Tessa's family after they had a baby. And then we just found out here a couple weeks ago, and today is Brittany Lensmeyer, our outreach coordinator, her last day.
Yeah.
So we'll be working on filling that position. And then a supervisor, Matt Bruette, is going to be taking a job out in California. So we'll be looking for a supervisor to fill in that position for the rest of his term. So there's just a lot of moving parts right now. And it's been difficult. When I started, we'd have a job opening. We'd have 20, 30 applicants.
Yeah.
And now the last position we had to advertise, we only had one person, and that person would have been really good in the position, but then the individual decided to do a complete different career path and is going to be joining a trucking company.
Sure.
And helping manage that. So there's a lot of opportunity out there. If you want to work and if you enjoy natural resources, working for Logan's office, NRCS, or my office, the Stearns Conservation District, there is opportunity.
Yep. There's never been a better time to join conservation than there has been today.
Wow, what a poster child for the advertising department at NRCS right there.
Right.
Good thing I got this taped.
You taped this?
Yeah, sure do. And I have to send it to someone else today because Brittany's retiring or moving on. Dennis, you talk about, people with their starting their, through college and stuff like that. And you've had your interns in here and stuff. And I always like to ask them, did you always have that sense and that passion for agriculture or working outside? Did that start in like high school science class? Were you always an outdoorsman or something? But like you had said, just a great opportunity for kids maybe close to graduating to start getting their foot in the door with you guys.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And we typically don't have interns because we work closely with NRCS and we only got so much space, and they've got usually 2 to 3 interns every summer, and that takes up all our space in the office. But that's fine. We continue to bring them out, work together, and get them out to see the types of practices we do, communicating with our landowners out in the county. It's a great experience for these interns. And if we're looking for somebody to fill our engineering technician spot or Brittany's spot, having that experience at a local SWCD office, or even just being involved with the Future Farmers of America, FFA, or 4-H, just that experience in working with people and colleagues and getting projects done is really positive.
Good opportunity for all involved. So keep your tabs on that. And those jobs, of course, are posted at usajobs.gov.
Yep. The NRCS jobs are posted at
usajobs.gov.
Yes. And then we have ours listed on our website. So you just Google Stearns County SWCD and it'll pop up. And currently you'll see we're hiring a conservation engineer or an engineering technician. So Mark Grieve was the person that vacated and created this opportunity. So he was an engineer in training when we hired him. He did get his professional engineering degree and was really hitting the ground running. So either we're going to use that path, find somebody that recently graduated with a 4-year degree that's working on engineering and training status, which is a person that could become a professional engineer, or even somebody that's got a 2-year degree, say they went to St. Cloud State or another community college and did surveying and a lot of design, AutoCAD type of work, and has got some experience. That individual would also be a good person to join our team. So that ad is out on our website. There's an application process that requires you to submit an application form, a resume, letter of interest, and then also some references. And all that information is on the website. So, yeah, if you're interested or if you have a friend that's not listening to KASM radio right now, just let them know that there's an opportunity. There's a lot of people that are graduating, because they get off a sync. So the semester's up here for the holidays.
Fall semester's ending.
Yeah,
yep.
So there's an opportunity. And even if you don't have the experience, we were hoping to find some folks out there with the experience. If you're motivated and passionate about protecting our natural resources, get an application in. And plus, even if you don't get the job and you get an interview, just going through that whole process is going to be valuable for the person. And I really encourage the listeners, even if you as a listener are not interested, but you're going to be gathering over the holidays and, you've got a relative that's going through school, just graduated with an engineering degree or surveying degree, let them know there's an opportunity right here at the Stearns SWCD, and we're going to get some stuff done.
I like it. I like it. How's Justine doing in her new role?
Oh, awesome. Yeah, she has been a fantastic supervisor. Just such a fresh voice. To having a younger person, a female person on the board, just brings a whole different perspective. And we just wrapped up our convention here a couple of weeks ago down at the Bloomington Doubletree Hotel. And just a great opportunity for her to meet a bunch of folks, other supervisors from the state. And then also we recognized our outstanding conservationist, Meadowbrook Dairy. And for the first time in my career, 29 years almost at the SWCD, our outstanding conservationists at the county level made it to the area level, the Benton to Big Stone, 12 SWCD.
Sure.
They got recognized for the area being the best. Then that person competes against 7 other areas, and they won it for the whole state of Minnesota.
State champ.
State champ.
Love it.
Just like the Painesville Bulldogs back in the day.
Oh, boy. Jeez.
Here we go again.
Yeah. Go Dogs. Had to get that in there. Oh, he wore his green. He wore his green flannel today. So somewhere Verge is happy listening to that.
This could be for NDSU also.
That's true. That's
Absolutely.
true. That, and I'm sure Logan's happy to hear that as well.
Oh, yeah.
But well, tip of the cap to what was the family, or what was the
Meadowbrook Dairy. Alex Uderman is the spokesperson for the family, and they
where do they farm?
Just north of Sartell.
Okay.
Is an area that we're seeing some urban sprawl, and they've implemented numerous conservation practices out there. They've been dedicated to share the word. He's been participating in field days, farmer panels, just getting the word out about some of the things that are really working for them. And farmers love it when they can hear from other farmers what's working and what doesn't work. And he's just been a great spokesperson for conservation. He also, there's another award for the first time in Minnesota, the Leopold Conservationist Award, and he was a finalist for that. So he actually could not join us for our convention because he was down in Mankato for the Leopold, and he was a finalist. There's 4 finalists in Minnesota.
Champagne problems for this guy.
Yeah, and he did not win that. There was a farmer over by Redwood, a couple there that won that, but he's just doing a fantastic job there,
Yeah.
family. Meadowbrook Dairy from Sartell. We will be recognizing them.
You gonna bring him in here?
Yeah, I did have a note to do that.
Good.
And just with the holidays right now, they're just wrapping up stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying at some point get him in here.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, those are always fun.
He would love it. And also, we'll be recognizing them at our Pheasants Forever Banquet coming up on March 8th at the Park Event Center. Also, our Wildlife Habitat Steward Award winners for this past year, Mike and Diane Knoll, will also be recognized at that event. So yeah, just a lot of stuff going on here with the convention, and supervisors joining the board, supervisors moving out to California, and we'll be looking. Oh, I should mention. So if folks are interested in becoming a SWCD supervisor, you have to reside in this area that is Supervisor Area 4, and you're going, well, where's that? Well, that includes the townships of Farming, Collegeville, Munson, Wakefield, Painesville, Eden Lake, Luxembourg, and also includes the cities of Roscoe, Richmond, Cold Spring, Painesville, Eden Valley. There might be another Jacobs Prairie as part of that too, I think. But yeah, so if you're in that area, it would be, because this is happening.
Jacobs Prairie is a city?
Yeah, well, kind of a community.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just funny the way you said it. I mean,
Yeah.
if farming's not one, let's see how Jacobs Prairie would be. But.
Farming's a city.
Well, you didn't mention farming, though. You mentioned the area of
But I
farming.
did not. Well, I am sorry.
No,
'Cause
I'm just saying.
farming-
Yeah, whatever.
You know, I'm looking at this press release I brought, and it
So
did not capture the change.
on your
any.
supervisor area map, you mentioned Painesville, Eden Valley, Cold Spring, Richmond, and Roscoe, and then you had said maybe Jacobs Prairie, but then for farming, that was almost a coverage area.
Yeah, no.
So if Jacobs Prairie-
farming is definitely in there.
Oh, it is in there. Okay,
Yeah, definitely. That's a city that's in there. You bet.
Look at this guy just pulling up the map
Yeah.
like nothing.
So Kirby, we're visiting with him, and he's got a computer back here, and he's pulling up our website. He's grabbing information. This guy is. I tell you, you're not going to sneak anything by this.
I'm trying to- we don't always have to talk about the bar and stuff like that. And there's other things we could talk about. So trying to do
But
it.
we like it.
Yeah, we do like the bar. That's fair. But I just want Randy to make sure I get a paycheck coming up on the first. So, an opportunity though, Dennis, for those people, if they were curious, get a
Yes.
hold of you.
And so if you're an SWCD supervisor, that's basically my boss. You help guide the policy and the direction of the Soil Water Conservation District, Stearns Conservation District here in Stearns.
Think of the possibilities, Logan. Being Dennis's boss.
Oh, boy.
At least for a few more months.
Now, Dennis, do you need to be a farmer in order to be a supervisor?
That's a great question. You do not. All you need to have is a passion for our natural resources.
Sure.
And one thing I do want to share, supervisors do not receive a salary, but do receive compensation for attending meetings and expense reimbursement. So it's not like a county commissioner where they get a salary.
Yep.
It's just to cover basically the meeting expenses.
Stipend to get you there and get you home. Maybe feed you as well.
Yep, that's about right.
That's so. Contact. Was it you?
Yeah.
Contact.
Give me
Gotcha.
a call, 320-251-7800, extension 3 if you're interested. And we will have a press release coming out here later on next month, probably in the Painesville Press and Cold Spring Record.
Sure.
Is that what?
That's what the record is in Cold Spring.
Okay.
Yep, the paper.
Yeah. Yep.
You got it.
All right. So, yeah, just to give everybody a chance, if you're interested, and then there will be an application process, an interview process with the board. And then because this is happening relatively quickly after Matt just got elected this past November, he'll be taking the oath of office in January, and then he'll be flying out to California with his new job later this spring. So the person will fill the term for 2 years. In the next general election, if the person would like to put their name in the ballot, and then other folks can put their name on the ballot too. But it would be a 2-year term basically,
Sure.
which is a great opportunity for somebody that was just like, hey, I want to check that out. What's that all about? And the folks that have become supervisors in my career have all been just wonderful people, and they love hearing what other counties and SWCDs and state agencies, our federal agencies, and help guide the policy that helps our landowners get more conservation on the ground.
Well, it's such a good resource to lean on too, Dennis, for the opportunity to get that opinion of how they're doing things out west. Or you mentioned Redwood. Okay, what is that county doing potentially with their SWCD? So
Right.
just a great chance to build your network, essentially.
Yep, build a network, and maybe even modify some of our programs because some of these other counties are doing it better than us.
How could they? How dare you?
My jaw just dropped. Like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Don't talk like that so close to Christmas. Santa Claus is listening.
I
Do you have any events?
Oh
boy.
Because we're running out. Clock's ticking here.
Doggone it. Okay, so the first one I want to hit is the Stearns County Shoreland Workshop. This is going to be coming up February 6th. This is at the Gorecki Event Center at St. Ben's in St. Joe, Minnesota. And that's going to cover a bunch of stuff. And so shoreland contractors in Stearns County, folks that do work along shoreland, are required to have training once every 2 years. And this has been just a great opportunity for folks that are thinking about doing a project at their cabin or want to do something along the river to go and then listen to some landowners that have implemented some projects, and also visit with some contractors there. We're going to actually have Trouble by Water, Minnesota Vanishing Natural Lakeshores, Kirsty Marone with Minnesota Public Radio, the competition.
Yeah. Well, that's a good station too.
Okay. All right. So they're going to be there, and we're going to talk about trees. We're going to talk about native vegetation. We're going to talk about how contractors can keep their butts out of trouble and pitfalls of the unwary. So it's a fun day, and they got a great lunch. And if you're interested in this, you can give us a call once again at the Stearns Conservation District, 320-251-7800.
Pause for dramatic
Extension
effect
3.
there. I like it. Extension 3.
Yeah. And he's got one other event.
Yeah.
Logan.
Yeah, we got the Soil Management Summit coming up in Mankato, Minnesota, January 29th to the 30th. So one question is, what's the Soil Management Summit? It's literally anything that has to do with soil.
Anything,
whether you're doing cover crops, organics, strip till, no-till, or anything of the like, whether that's nutrient management, manure management, anything that touches the soil.
So a guy could come in there and say, a couple of years ago in El Rosa or Belgrade, this guy buried his underwear. And
Yep.
we saw what it did to it. You want to talk about it? And he'd be like, yeah, let's do it.
I'm sure there's some underwear that's going to be there as well, and also with wind erosion too. So that's January 29th through the 30th. That's down in Mankato. There is a cost associated with that if you want to go. So if you are interested in going, you can literally just Google Soil Management Summit Minnesota Mankato Event Center, and you can sign up there.
Is that RSVP event, or can you just show and go?
No, it is RSVP.
It is
you
RSVP.
have to sign
Gotcha.
up first. Yep.
So make sure.
And I believe it's like $100 and some in order for both days, and you can sign up for just one day too. At least that's how it was last year.
Yep. And then you got a registration that includes lunch and materials for the program. It's very, very good. We've had it here at Waite Park. It was out in Alexandria last year, and this year down in southern Minnesota.
Sure.
And then if you're lucky, it has Dennis's favorite event afterwards.
Beer and bowl.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
Yeah. It doesn't get any better than that.
$2 taps?
Yeah.
He's a dangerous man with $2 taps on the menu. So, well, we got to 10 o'clock, boys. Again, if anyone did want to contact you, Logan had mentioned that you'd probably be prompt to doing so in case there is a government shutdown come the first of the year. So try to be punctual on that. Otherwise, you might get a voicemail for a while.
Yeah, you'll get a voicemail, but you can definitely reach us at the office, 320-251-7800, or you can reach me directly at 763-290-3458.
All right, hardest hitting. Oh, Fuji, go ahead.
I just want to thank Kirby and all the KASM listeners for the support this past year, and want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from our office, and may everybody have some holiday cheer and stay healthy.
I like it. Now, I was going to ask the hardest hitting question of the day. How many beers we thinking during your brisket session coming up on Christmas Eve?
At least 12. It's 16 hours.
16-hour shift, yeah.
You got to add some, some Busch Light, like Dennis just said, some water in between. Then you can go back to
mix
the
in
real
a
beer.
water. I like it. Got to stay hydrated.
Yep.
Guys, I wish you and your families each a Merry Christmas, and I'll catch you next year. Okay.
All right. Sounds
Merry
good,
Christmas.
Enjoy the government shutdown.
Oh, yeah. Well, hopefully not.